So what platform did you start with first, or did you start with all platforms?
I could say like I kind of started. I had Instagram. I was posting, then I kind of went to like YouTube, Facebook. I can't remember the exact order, but I know on a monetary tip, it was YouTube because I thought YouTube was the only one paying. But Instagram is also paying now. For reals. Facebook just sent me a notification trying to pay me for reals. So when I first started, I believe I already had Instagram, and then I shot over to YouTube, Facebook. I kind of like grabbed all of those up around the same time and started posting. Yeah, and it was up from there. I was getting Facebook was the slowest ever until just recently.
Okay, so three tips for someone who's aspiring to be in your position.
Um, Bottom line, make sure you get your paperwork, whatever it is. If you're starting a brand, get your paperwork. Get your paperwork intact. Get your LLC, get your trademark, um, and lock that in.
Your
Get
EIN.
yep, get your EIN number, and then get your business account. I went through Chase. Lock that in. The next step is lock your name in on every social media platform. And number three, be consistent. That's it. Keep doing it. Don't wait. Don't procrastinate. Don't hesitate. But initiate. Don't worry about perfection. Get straight to the point. You got an iPhone 5S? Use it. I don't care what it is, and gradually upgrade, 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 upgrade. The more money you get, put it back into the business. The more money you get, put it back into the business till that money becomes profit, until where you don't have to put everything back in the business. You could start eating now.
Okay, so briefly, give me a story of like when you first started. Like, where was you at, like financially? Where was you at as far as maybe the equipment that you
Mm.
used, different things like
So,
that.
so I quit my job with about $3,000 and an iPhone 10, and I went right to work. Got me a little tripod, um, got everything that I needed, before I quit. I was using my iPhone 10. Once I had about 3K, I was tired of that job and I said I'm about to turn calisthenics into a cash cow. I just felt like I could do it. I felt like I could become a millionaire through calisthenics. Just like an NBA athlete can play basketball because he loves it and become a millionaire. I felt the same way from calisthenics, and I quit my job, $3,000 in an iPhone 10, and I went to work.
So you really believe you had to believe at that point because um $3,000 is not really any money at all.
$3,000 ain't no money.
So what were some of the first things that you were doing to make some money?
So the first things really was trying to personal train. I was trying to personal train for a little amount of money, and $10 a session, $15 a session. But even before that, because I was in a position living with Mama Love, not having no overhead, that kind of helped me out to budget. I didn't have to spend so much money on anything. So I was penny pinching, and I tried to do like workout sessions. I invited everybody out for free ab workouts. And a lot of the stuff that I first started doing was really for free. I was just surviving off of the 3K. And then when tax season came, I filed my taxes. I ended up getting like $2,200 back. And at that time, I was dead broke.
Mm.
So that 2,200 was like, yo, I'm good. This about to stretch me over here by the time I get to here. And then I started, doing the merch, um, and doing everything that I needed to do. And the merch kind of helped me out big time when it came to my income. Then I started Patreon, which started also to help with my income. And then YouTube finally kind of kicked in with the.
One sec.
Yeah, she going again. Then YouTube finally kicked in with my monetization.
Still working.
And then
Serious,
yeah,
something
serious
else.
something. Then once YouTube kicked in,
Something went wrong.
I
Please
know.
try again.
Yeah, so YouTube kicked in, and then I was off to that was it. And then once the Ripsticks came, April 2020, it was lights out.
Yeah. So would you say that, oh, just because you had this product, the Ripstick, that things were easy as far as you didn't really have to put in no more work?
Well, listen up. The Ripstick is the Ripstick. The Ripstick is nothing like it. You guys, this looks like a simple product, but this product is devastating the world. And I say the world because it's in Sydney, Australia, all through London, the UK, all through Sweden, Germany, France, you name it. This joint is killing the world in a good way. So the product was already good. So I didn't have to stress, I didn't have to lie, which I'm not. All I had to do was show the product, have them use it, and make videos. Was it easy? In a sense, because I was loving it. I was loving doing calisthenics. But however, the time that it took and the patience and the work, it's not wasn't a game, man. It wasn't a game.
Okay, so talk about like discipline and having endurance. So that's something me and you talk about, as far as endurance and people not having that and people lacking it. But I want you to explain what I mean by having discipline and endurance.
Okay, so discipline is being able to refrain from a thing and do things that's good for you, even if you don't like it. You understand? Making certain things habits. Rich people don't do things because they like doing them, right? We hear that a lot. They do them because they made them become a habit. So you have to have discipline. And once you have that discipline not to spend this money because you just made $5,000, $6,000 and you're gonna go out and buy a $2,000 pair of sneakers. No, you have to have discipline. You have to have discipline to get up and package the orders. You have to have discipline to actually just the regular day to day, you know, replying to messages, um, answering emails. It's just so much things that involves discipline that you have to do. And once you have that discipline, in order for you to keep doing it repetitively over and over, somebody asks you the same question and you got to reply and reply, you have to have endurance. So if you match the two, discipline and endurance, you have a habit and then you have long drive. So the endurance is doing something even when you don't want to do it, when it gets hard, when it gets heavy, that last rep, and you still pushing through and you still fatigued and it doesn't feel good. It's not comfortable, but you're doing it. That's endurance. So discipline and endurance, you got that. You got the keys to the city.
So endurance is not, at least for us on Team Rip, right? Endurance is not just doing a million reps.
Nah, endurance is posting all day, every day, promoting your brand. Going to the merch spot, dropping off your merch, picking it back up when it's done, buying PVC pipes, putting on rubber bands, cutting sticks, working out. It involves everything to do with your life. That's what endurance is, being able to keep up.
This ain't easy, guys. Shipping packages and all.
They don't understand.
Packaging, stickers, all types of stuff.
For a long time, I did international and I wrote out every single thing. I didn't always have a printer. I was going to the post office waiting in those long lines for the pandemic, losing 1 and 2 hours in the post office. But guess what I was doing while I was in that line? I was editing. I was editing. I was doing something productive. So it felt like a waste of time staying in the line, but then it turned out to be good because I capitalized.
So talk about some of the sacrifices you made. to get where you are today?
Well, I made a lot of sacrifices. One of them being is my time. Even till this day now, with my wife, with my moms, with my brothers, with my sisters. Even as an entrepreneur, to get that generational wealth, you have to sacrifice so much time. And like I say, time is the most precious thing. So I'm not working for money right now. I'm working for time. So if I want to do something with my brother, I might not be able to make it because I'm jammed up. Even as an entrepreneur that's making your own schedule, because there's so much unforeseen things, sales, you know what I'm saying, bills, you got content to create, and it's a non-stop cycle. So once you stop uploading, people stop buying. They're not seeing you. You gotta put out new content. A viral video lasts for how long? A week, maybe, if that. Depends on how viral it is. So I made a major sacrifice, which I think is the biggest sacrifice, is my time. And, I'm still sacrificing my time to eventually have time.
But mention viral videos. How does it feel and how did it feel when you first went viral?
It was dope. The first million view video that I had was on That's Good Money, and that was my how to get bigger triceps with only push-ups. And people were sending it to me like, yo, we was just talking about you in the group chat, and somebody sent this video, and I'm like, wow, my man around the block, and I'm like, that's dope. And it felt good. It felt good, but it wasn't like a shocker. It felt like, nah, I deserve this. I felt entitled. I was putting in work, and I was waiting. And when it happened, it was like, yes, finally. It was like the end, for me. That first one I said, yo, like the millionaires say, once you make your first million,
Mm-hmm.
second one is easy.